US Israel strike targets Iran and Lebanon. In details, Dubai United Arab Emirates intends Israel airstrikes pounded the capital of Iran and Lebanon early Friday as the US apparently struck an Iranian drone carrier at the sea, intensifying its campaign targeting the Islamic Republic fleet of warships. Iran launched new retaliatory attack in the Middle East at the end of 4 weeks of bombardment, which U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth lined was about to surge dramatically. Israel military said Friday morning it has begun a broad-scale wave of strikes on Tehran, Iran capital. Witnesses described the Israel airstrike as particularly intense, shaking homes in the area. Others reported explosions around the Iranian cities of Kermanshah, in an area that is home to multiple missile bases. The Israeli military said strike has already destroyed most of Iran's air defenses and missile launchers. The war has escalated to affect countries across the Middle East and beyond. Early Friday, Iran fires missile and drone attacks into Kuwait, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and Bahrain, all countries that host U.S. forces. There were no immediate reports of casualties. UN slams school strikes once against indiscriminate attack. In details, the United Nations has urged all parties in the Israel-Iran conflict to protect civilians, expressing alarm over mounting displacement and rising humanitarian needs triggered by Israeli and US air raid on Iran and Tehran retaliatory strike. UN Human Rights Office spokesperson Ravina Shamdasani described the devastation following a report strike on Saturday that allegedly killed and injured dozens of girls at the primary school in Minab, southern Iran. She said the attack occurred as people were arriving from classes, recalling a sense for the aftermath. She pointed to blood-stained school bag left behind. This is absolutely horrific. If there is any image that captured the essence of the destruction, despair and senselessness and cruelty of the conflict, those are the image. Shamdasani noted that beyond Iran and Israel, at least 12 other countries have felt the ripple effect of the hostilities, with homes, businesses, airports and energy facilities damaged. SEREC warns of risks posed by US-Iran tension for African maritime. In details, the Sea Empowerment and Research Center (SEREC) has warned the African maritime nations face heightened economic and security challenges due to escalating tension between the United States and Iran. The center highlights the far-reaching implications of import-dependent economies across the African Union economies considered to be particularly vulnerable. In the communique signed off the head researcher at SEREC, Eugene Wike said rising global oil prices and shipping could translate into high fuel and food inflation, while currency depreciation pressure may intensify. Wike said any prolonged disruptions could trigger sustained oil price volatility, freight rate escalations, war risk insurance peaks, and global inflationary pressure. He pointed out that maritime security is also expected to come under greater pressure, with shipping codes become more volatile. African nations may need to expand naval coordination and surveillance to safeguard trade corridors, particularly in the Gulf of Guinea. In its recommendation, SEREC urged Nigerian and regional partners to channel oil windfall gain into stabilization and infrastructure investments rather than recurrent expenditure. It also advised guaranteeing steady crude allocations to domestic refineries, strengthening maritime security coordinations across the Gulf of Guinea, expanding strategic petroleum service, and deepening regional trade integrations to reduce reliance and volatility extra time in African shipping routes. More than 120 killed in Israel-Lebanon attack as Beirut's southeast hit. In details, the death toll from Israeli attack on Lebanon this week has risen to at least 123 people. The Lebanese Ministry of Public Health says as a new wave of airstrike pounded the country and Hezbollah warned Israeli residents to evacuate town within 5 kilometers 3 miles of their northern border in one of the first fronts in the wider United States-Israel war on Iran. The toll from the Israeli aggression on Monday increased to 123 martyrs and 683 wounded, a ministry statement said on Thursday. Lebanese state media earlier said on Friday that Israel has launched airstrikes on several towns in southern Lebanon. Enemies well-planned launched nighttime strike on the town of Serifa, Eta al-Sharb, Lotan al-Swanas and Maja Selim, the official national news agency NNA reported. Another strike hit the eastern Lebanese town of Dorish at dawn, the NNA also added. The Israeli army also reported a new attack on the suburb of Nahyan in Beirut. It has also continued attack in the southern Lebanon with raid on the area's biggest city, Sidon, according to sources of the ground. NNA also reported Israeli warplanes over the southern towns of Tyre and Bint Jebel. Hezbollah also attacked Israel's military camps in the occupied Golan Heights and a navy base in Israel Haifa port, the statement said. There was no immediate report of casualties. Israel has said it will not evacuate its border town and has sent more soldiers into Lebanon, claiming it was a defensive measure meant to protect its citizens who live nearby. In contrast, tens of thousands of people in Lebanon has fled their homes after threats from Israel, with a mass exodus of Beirut's southern suburbs leaving the area almost empty, the NNA said. Hundreds of displaced families were left to seek shelter on a Brent beach where they waited despondently, many for the second time after evacuating during a 2024 war between Israel and Hezbollah. Military academy among location hint by US Israeli attack. In details, the vicinity of Tehran University as the war entered its seventh day. Israeli jets have bombed southern and eastern Lebanese towns, including Dorish in the Bekaa Valley, as well as targeting the southern suburbs of the capital Beirut. US President Donald Trump said Iran is being demolished ahead of the schedule and at level people never seen before, claiming the country now has no air force, no air defense, and the air force is gone. At least 1,332 people have been killed in the US and Israel attack on Iran since Saturday, and the semi-official Fars news agency reported that the two schools were hit by missiles in the town of Parand, southwest of the capital, Tehran. Iran continued to target Gulf countries from the UAE to Qatar and Bahrain, while Israel Tel Aviv came under combined drones and missile attack late on Thursday night. And that's all for now on World News. I am Batun Deputy. Please kindly like, comment, share, and subscribe for more on Alayo Online Radio TV. Thank you for watching.